Hey, thanks for letting me do this screencast for you. uh, I've come across some good research tools over the years, and I wanted to share a few with you. The first of these is Diigo. Diigo is a social bookmarking tool. Here's a sample of what it can do.
Diigo is a cloud-based personal information management system. Diigo provides you with tools on all major web browsers, Android, iPad, and iPhone, to help you to collect and access a variety of information. All the items you collect from anywhere go into My Library on the Diigo server. That is in the cloud.
You can watch more of this later, but suffice to say that if you've got Diigo on your computer, you can save everything on any computer, any bookmark, to the cloud, and then download it anywhere else. So if you're in MMTH and you save a bookmark to Diigo, then you can get that same bookmark at home. The next item is Zotero. If I go to Google Scholar and type in annotation, you'll see a wide variety of research items here. And if I see one that I really like, Zotero is perfect for gathering it in automatically. Actually, I changed my subject to digital annotation up here. And there's several items here that are of value. If you'll notice, up at the top here, there's a little folder that's appeared. If you have Diigo installed, and Diigo is down here, Zotero is down here. If you have it installed, this will automatically appear when you have a Zotero ready site. So if I click on that, it gives me a list of all the items that are on this page. And if I select this one and this one and click OK, notice down here it's automatically saving those items for me, so that when I go into Zotero, you'll see the items have been added here and here. And when you open them up, you'll notice the information is over here, including the authors and the title and all that good stuff. One of the best things about this, though, is say I wanted to create a short bibliography of these two items, or let's just say 3 or 4 items. I'll include that and that one and that one and that one and that one. And I right click and I say create bibliography from selected items, and I choose MLA. It's kind of hard to see in this, and click OK. And then I open up a Word document and I paste my items in there. And you'll notice that I've created at least a draft of my Works Cited page. And there it is. Now, there's going to be some problems in here. You need to check this out, make sure everything is correct. But it's easier to edit this than to create it, in my opinion. Especially the longer the Works Cited page is, the more Zotero is helpful to you. The next item on our list is Vialogs. Vialogs does something that nothing else I know of does. You can take a YouTube video and import it into Vialogs, and then you can comment on it. And I'll show you what you mean in just a second. For example, this is a Vialog right here, that I put from YouTube, a book by David Gauntlet called Making is Connecting. And if you'll notice, all you have to do is to play it.
Hello, I'm David Gauntlet from the University of Westminster. Here I am doing some talking, and there I am with my son Finn, who wrote most of this talk. This presentation's called Making is Connecting. I presented this at the London School of Economics in January 2010, at which point I'm about halfway through writing a book called Making is Connecting, so here are some of the arguments. If you happen to have seen my stuff before, you might expect that Making is Connecting would be all about Web 2.0, digital stuff, probably a bit of Lego.
So you can stop it wherever you would like, and you can enter a comment here and say something to the effect of, he's a very nice guy with a very busy guy with a nice British accent. You can do more than that here, though. When you post to that, you click on that, you will notice that over here the comment appears. And if you want to, you can comment on that comment. There are also other people who've been invited to this who can also comment. This is Catherine Cantrell from the National Writing Project. This is a friend I met on P2PU this summer. This is Kevin Hodson, who writes a blog called Dog Tracks. And here's the author, David Gauntlet, responding to what we are saying. So it's a very handy tool, and you might be able to get some research out of an author you're studying by putting up a dialogue about him. Or better yet, you might be able to get something from your peers that might help you connect with the author as well. The next item on our agenda is New York Times topics. Now I've got a whole list of New York Times items here that are handy as a pocket on a shirt. Topics is pretty much what it sounds like. It's simply featured topics in the New York Times, and since this is a newspaper of record, it has a tremendous amount of just quantity of materials here. Let me show you an example of what one of their topics looks like. For example, here's the Libyan Revolution. Let's click on that. Now, what's cool is that it's just full of stuff. Multimedia stuff, maps, timelines, and slideshows. The latest information about the American ambassador was killed in the assault. Multimedia here. More maps. And then all of these articles. Quite handy. So if you want to get a handle on a topic, New York Times is a great place to do it. Times Topics page. Next item we want to look at is New York Times Learning blog. The New York Times Learning Network is full of interesting stuff. They'll usually focus on one particular topic a day. And they'll also have some fun tests like this. Now, they're just things to test yourself, like this one right here, which is the best synonym for inexorable? And you just test yourself to see how well you do. But what I like are the comments. And this is generally true in the New York Times. The comment sections are what I find to be the most interesting. And in the Times learning blog, they typically tend to be younger, wide variety of students. You have to be over 13 to be able to do this, but I think you'll find it very interesting, and maybe give you some ideas on research, maybe research topics. The skimmer is just my way of keeping in touch every day with the news. I like the skimmer because I can just do what they say. I can just skim through stuff, find things that I'm interested in, and if I want to read further in the article, I can. And I usually read the main article here, whatever it is. I also stop over here at the opinion section because I teach. I use this. I use the New York Times in my E100 class, and I find this to be a good way to see what's going on, so that maybe we'll read one of these in class, concentrate on one of them for a summary or a critique. For example, I love to use David Brooks's columns because they're so bad. He's such a bad writer. So, you know, uh, I'm going to skip over the New York Times mobile apps because all you do is go there, and if you want to add those to your phone, you can. I do love the multimedia section, though. The multimedia New York Times is, I think, the best part of the New York Times. It's astonishing what it can do and what it has in there. It's got multimedia storybooks, audio and photos. It's got interactive features. This one, Build a Pop Song, is a blast. And then down here, it's got creative visualizations here that are absolutely stunning. They've kind of set the standard for this. So the multimedia page might have something that you like, and just might like to come there for the fun of it. To conclude, there are a couple of sites here that you might find useful. The first one is, this is a list of bookmarks. I am adding to these bookmarks as we go along, as you all go along in your terms. So there will be new stuff in there all the time. See, there's Times Topic there. Some of the stuff I've talked about here. This is the Mycroft project. This is a really cool way to add stuff to your own search engines, to your own browser. I won't go over these. You can go there yourself. And this is another Diigo list, but this is a collaborative list. And if I click on these right here, what you'll get is, this is another Diigo list, except this is one that you can join if you want to. You can join this and you can add your own links to it, things that other students might like to share. And I hope you do, because as they say, there's wisdom in numbers, and we can crowdsource quite a good collection of research links here for others to share in English 300, not just in this class. So this is a collaborative social bookmarking site that you can add to. The last item is, of course, this site right here. If you just go to Dragocalm/Terry Elliott, this will come up. This whole site will come up, and you can find everything that's on this screencast. Well, it's been a pleasure. I hope it hasn't gone on too long. I know it's been about 13 minutes. That's way longer than I usually do a screencast for. But maybe watch it in two pieces. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any suggestions for me, let me know. That's terry.elliott@wku.edu. Thanks a lot.